Hi, I'm Heath Dumesny. I'm from Locale, De Bortoli in the Yarra Valley. I'm here today with Emeri De Bortoli. We've spent the morning rummaging through a garden, getting some beautiful produce. We're going to make some gnocchi for you. Emeri's going to do it her way, I'll do it my way, and we'll try them both at the end.
I've got 5 potatoes in here which have been mashed, and I'm just adding the flour until I feel that the consistency is right. I add a little bit of oil to it, and I'll just that can be omitted. If you want to add butter to it, you can add butter.
So with mine, once I've peeled them, I just put them through a ricer. You can even push it through a sieve. Once I've done this and they're still nice and warm, I just put my egg. I'm going to make a parmesan gnocchi, so I've got some
I see.
grated. If I'm doing more of a plain one, I add nutmeg in mine. It adds a nice hint of flavour to you.
Yes.
I just add a bit of salt in mine.
Yeah.
And then I find once it gets to this stage, the best way is just to get in and nice and dirty and get your fingers in it, and it's the best way to tell. I cheat a little bit, I suppose, with mine. I've got one of these little contraptions.
Now, in some cases you can use a fork. Yours is slightly larger than the ones I do too. Yeah.
I actually noticed with your gnocchi, Emeri, you actually used 2 egg yolks, where I chose to use a whole egg. I don't know. Be interesting to see the difference. I've heard varying different people say lots of different ways to do it, so it's interesting to do both ways.
Really, in cooking, there's no firm rule of what you can do or what you can't do.
So I'm not sure about you, Emeri, but when I cook mine, I just generally cook them until they start to float to the surface. And because I'm pan frying mine as opposed to putting them in a sauce this time, I'm just going to chill them down in a little bowl of cold water. So I just scoop them out into my cold water just to let them set.
The water needs to be boiling, but not to be too vigorous. I might even turn this down, because as you put them in, the gnocchi, of course, cool the water down, and I drain them in a colander. This is quite a bit. This is a big meal. That's the sauce. In my bolognese sauce, I just have the onions, tomatoes, a little bit of tomato paste, and blade steak or anything that has a nice flavour to it. And that's my gnocchi dish.
All right, so for my gnocchi, Emeri, I'm going to mix some of the zucchini flowers we got earlier from your garden. So we've got some of these ones. I find best thing to do with them, the male ones work really well. You don't waste your bit of zucchini anyway. I finally shred it and I mix it through. So first of all, we'll just quickly blanch these, because I find if you try and do them too much in the pan, they get a little bit brown, where they stay nice and bright and vibrant. And I really don't cook them for long at all. I've just got a little bit of salt in there, and I'll just mix them through really quickly, just to soften them up. So make out my sauce. I've got some sliced garlic, some pine nuts, some of that beautiful capsicum I stole from your cupboard that you've roasted and marinated. I'm going to put a bit of olive oil. So we'll just let them sit for a little bit, they'll colour up on each side. You get a nice golden colour and crispy. I'll add my sliced garlic now, just so it's got a bit of time to cook out. Add my pine nuts, so they sort of roast up in the bottom of the sauce. Put the peppers. Some of our zucchini. Pinch of salt.
That looks like a zucchini leaf.
Yeah. And just mix all those through together so you get all those flavours. Last thing I add my zucchini flowers, so they stay nice and bright.
Beautiful.
you don't need to really cook the zucchini flowers out much. You can eat them as they are, and the more you cook them, the more they shrink, and I find, and you lose a lot of that vibrancy from them. All right, so this is good to go. We'll go and plate up now. Just arrange them all nicely in. Try and keep a couple of flowers for on the top, so you get that nice crunchy coating on the gnocchi.
Yes, they look lovely.
And that's my
your plate.
Zucchini flower parmesan gnocchi.
Beautiful.
What would you recommend to drink? We're here at De Bortoli, we might as well drink some.
Yes, with mine, I would recommend a red wine, which is the Shiraz, and it's the Dean De Bortoli, which makes it a nice fruity.
Beautiful. Mine's nice and light. I think a nice warm day. I'm going to go for a Chardonnay with mine.
A nice chilled Chardonnay.
There's so different styles of actually making the gnocchi, but they're both so similar in the finished product. But
absolutely beautiful.
The sauce is so good. The gnocchi's just nice and light. And all I've got left to say is cheers.
That's right.
Thank you.
To you.